Well,
All
YouTube, yep.
positions.
I'm out
Track
here.
all positions apply.
I'm out here on road, and I actually just took a trade. Uh, I wish I would have thought to record, but I didn't think to record. But on the 5 minute, I was looking for a setup to where the black went below the white. You know, my normal setup as it was going through this EMA, and I didn't get no confirmation of the black going below the white. So what I did was I just looked at the furthest place, you know what I'm saying, that would actually look like that, and I marked up this area right here. This last black candle right here from that top. You know, I marked that up. And I go to the 1 minute, and you can see it's like on the 1 minute you can see it's the same setup that I would take compared to the 5 minute not showing the white candle. But on the 1 minute you can see this is where it broke out, and this is where it pulled back to this area, and sellers came in right here. Sellers came in on this candle, so this would have been the entry right here. And you see price fluctuated, and it would have been a 1-to-1 right there. So since that was the initial plan, I tried to see what would price do. That would have been the initial plan. Just looking at price, like if I was at home, I probably wouldn't even be trading right now. But since I seen that was the initial plan, if I would have got in right there when sellers came in, I tried to see what it would have made it to this take profit, you know, off the formation of price on this 1 minute chart. So I took a sell right here. I took a sell right here. I had got in around this area just to see if price could still reach uh to that point that I said would have been the 1-to-1. And price tried to push back up in this area. And once it tried to push back up and this rejection candle came in and it pushed down even more, I got in again right here. So I entered 2 times, risking $100, and it just went and played out for a 1-to-1. So just because I was risking 200 and I was just risking 100 each trade, and then I added to the position, I ended up making 254. So we brought the account back. Uh, yeah, and I can see we had all time highs, and price was trying to go back up past this area. It couldn't. Push down, still tried to go back up. It couldn't. Broke out, went back, retested it, and sold down again. And it's showing indication that sellers trying to take it over, because you see on the 5 minute, price was bouncing on this 14 EMA, but then look how it just started trickling down until it end up, you know, sellers end up actually taking it over, and now it's actually under the 14 EMA. But you could tell that sellers was actually trying to take the market back over now. So yeah, I brought the account back. You know, this last trade was essentially like a setup that I would look for, and just because it wasn't probably on the 5 minute didn't show the exact, because if I come back and back test, I wouldn't know to even look for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a black candle. You know, I'll look for a black candle going below a white candle, like this black one below this white right here. Like I would have been looking for that around this 14 EMA. And when I come back and back test, I wouldn't even know to look for this trade that I just took. So this was yeah, it was more of a gamble because I didn't have that actual black candle that I look for to go below the white. But if you come to the 1 minute, you can see that it was the same exact formation when price break out and retest, and sellers actually come back in. And I got in a little bit late, but I was kind of confident in it playing out once I seen this come in, so I added to the position, and I probably was gonna bring my stop loss down a little bit, so I wouldn't be risking so much, probably above here, so I still be risking around $100 if it didn't play out. But yeah, it played out. So we actually grinded our way back, by being kind of specific. Well, we was being specific just on this last one. I kind of did gamble just a little bit, but I kind of knew what I was kind of looking for in that situation and what was going on. So now that we back to break even overall, it's time to just I'm not trying to be adding to no trades or anything like that. I still need to risk only 100. Like, I don't need to be adding like I just did. I still just only need to be risking $100 only, 1-to-1s, no adding to trades. But we did just catch that 1-to-1. And you see, that's all we really need, because look, price it started doing crazy stuff, like it's getting the retracing and all that, and get the consolidating and all that. So that's why I only go for 1-to-1s most of the time, because it'll just be quick 1-to-1. It play out 1, 2, 3 to 5 minutes or however, and it be over with. I ain't gotta sit in pushbacks and drawdowns and pullbacks and all that. So now that we break even, now we just got to keep doing the same thing. Make sure we be specific with our rules of what is the current trend. Like, it's in an uptrend, and we could tell once it made these highs, it couldn't push up to make new highs. So you still got to know, understand what price doing in the moment. So find our trend, we look at the EMA and see what price doing around the EMA, and we look for a setup. So in this last case, you could say everything was dang near opposite. Like, the trend really a uptrend. The EMA, like, it gave the setup right here around above the EMA mostly, and not like going through it, you could say. And it wasn't even really like a setup that I would look for if I was back test. So I just kind of understood what price was finna do in this moment. Well, not. It was just an observation of what price was finna do in this moment. I didn't know what it was gonna do, but I could just observe to see what it probably was finna do overall. So that's why I took the trade and everything. But yeah, we need to just be on it, just be precise on what we're looking for and how we want to enter and stuff like that. Because I feel like that's the only way we'll be able to keep, catching our 1-to-1s, by being very specific, stuff like that. So yeah, it's NASDAQ Soldier, man. The week over with is Friday. We was able to bring ourselves out of drawdown. So next week we just got to come back superb, do what we need to do, and take care of what we need to take care of. So yeah, NASDAQ Soldier. I'm out.